example 3 says, a normal conversation has a loudness of 60 decibels. How many times more intense than a normal conversation is shouting, which has a loudness of 80 decibels? So here what we're doing is we're also comparing the intensity of shouting versus the intensity of normal conversation. And we're given the loudness for both cases, the loudness for a normal conversation as well as the loudness for shouting. So let's go ahead and compare which one is more intense and by how much. Okay, so I'm going to do this on a separate sheet of paper here. I'm going to start off by writing down what is it that I am given. So for part B, I am given the loudness for a normal conversation. So loudness for a normal conversation, and that is equal to 60 decibels. And the loudness for shouting is given to me as 80 decibels. So I'm going to go ahead and use my loudness formula and plug that piece of information in. So ln is going to equal to 10 log of in over I1, and same thing over here, ls is going to equal to 10 log the intensity of shouting versus my normal minimum detectable intensity. And let's go ahead and plug in the information. 60 equals to 10 log in over I1. I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 10. That's 6 equals to log in over I1. I'm going to convert this into an exponential form now. So 10 to the power of 6 equals in over I1. I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing for the loudness of shouting. So 80 equals to 10 log is over I1. Divide both sides by 10, and that's 8 equals to log is over I1. I'm going to change this in exponential form, so it's 10 to the power of 8 equals to is over I1. I'm going to call this equation number 1, and this is going to be equation number 2. Since I'm comparing the two, I am going to look at it in terms of a ratio, so 2 divided by 1. So here I have 10 to the power of 8 divided by 10 to the power of 6, which is going to equal is over I1 divided by in over I1, and going ahead and just changing that to reciprocal and changing my division sign to multiplication. So that's is over I1 times I1 over in. You notice here that the I1s cancel out, so I is over in. And I'm going to also simplify my left-hand side. Here I have the same base, so I'm just going to subtract my exponent. 10 squared, which is 100. I'm also going to cross multiply here to be able to look at it in terms of a comparison. So in times 100 equals to is. And as you can see here, the intensity of shouting is 100 times more intense than the intensity of a normal conversation. And that basically concludes example 3. I'm just going to write down my final statement. So therefore,